Good day, students. You are welcome to today's lecture. My name is Lovett Ekwueme. The topic for today's lecture is concept and scope of library. The aim of the topic is for you to understand the meaning of library, how to define a library, and how to differentiate a library from other bookstores, which is the attributes of a library. Sit down and listen to the lecture. I hope at the end you will enjoy it. You are welcome. We have been reading books, watching films, reading newspapers, getting information from different sources, even with your phones, to solve your personal needs or information needs. We can also buy books, even get books from our friends, or even go to libraries and read books and even borrowed books. This will bring us to today's topic, as I earlier mentioned, the concept and the scope of library. It is expected at the end of the lesson that you should be able to define what a library is, outline the attributes of a library that makes it different from other bookstores. Concept of library. Library have been defined by many authors. In the ancient times, or traditionally, library was regarded as a building housing books and non-books for people to read and get information to solve their personal needs or research needs. Even Cambridge Dictionary define library as a building, room, or organization that has collection, especially of books, for people to read, borrow, usually without payment. But the definition have changed with the new trend. We find out that resources we have now with they come in various formats. That's why the definition has changed, and technology has affected the way library offer their services and even the resources they house. So library is defined as an organized information organized by information professionals or experts, or a person who has undergone training in librarianship. And libraries provide information not only in physical building, but also in a visual and learning environment. Library now houses digital information, bibliographic information, and it is targeted towards a it has targeted services or programs. That means the library is dependent on the community it is expected to serve. When you have a library in secondary school, which is a school library, the collection there is different from the collection you have in academic libraries like in universities. That means the collection depends on the audience or the clientele or the users. The mission of the library is to do what? Inform, educate, entertain the audience. All this objective has continued to change the definition of a library. So library is now defined as a place where information resources are acquired, processed, organized by a professional librarian, and other services are provided for users for easy access and easy retrieval. Library, it can be the place we are talking about, that library is defined as a place. The place can be a physical building or a visual library, which gives remote access to information. Libraries, as we have seen now, cannot just be a room, it cannot be a building. It has a physical environment and has what? A visual environment. You can access it with your internet. You can access your library with your mobile phone. You connected with internet, you can access your library even on your laptop without even visiting the library. You will still get the information you need. From the above definition we have had now, I want you now to do these class activities to know whether you are following, whether you can distinguish the old definition of library and the current definition of library, and find the difference between the bookshop and a library. Yes, you answered very well. Bookshops do not have professionals. Bookshops are not organized in a definite manner, because in libraries are organized using a classification scheme. The bookshop are not manned by professionals, and also the needs of the users are not considered as in the library. And also the bookshop do not have a targeted audience. In a bookshop you can find secondary school textbook, primary school, university textbook in one bookshop, but it's not like that in library. They want to find out what are the attributes, what are the things we have discovered in this definition. One, the library has a convenient space accommodated, which may be physically or online, set for the library operation. There must be collection of books and non-books in the library. Without books and non-books, the library cannot do what? Exist. The information resources must be what? Systematically arranged using what? A classification scheme, having a definite order. Also, the materials must be arranged or managed by a or trained professional librarian. And people must be allowed to use the library. You cannot go into any bookshop and say, I want to use the books. No, they won't allow you. You have to pay, you have to buy. Libraries must be what? You must have a user. You must have users to utilize the information services. When you don't have users coming to your library, that means the aim of establishing library is defeated. Do you have any question? If you don't have, attend my own questions. Define the meaning of a library from your own understanding. Describe the key attributes of a library. After the assignment, I'll give you a link. I'll give you my email for you to submit the class activity. In a summary and conclusion, in this lesson, we have learnt the concept and scope of a library. You also learn the attributes that make library unique. Library is not just a space, it's not just a building where you keep books, but it's a collection of print and non-print material which are arranged, organized in a definite plan using classification scheme, and they are managed by a professional librarian or experts in field of librarianship that will store the information for easy identification and retrieval by any user. Now, you can also identify the difference between a bookshop and libraries. We'll meet next time for our lecture. By next time, we'll now know the difference between other libraries. You're welcome.